So you have young men who've been going to prison since they were adolescents. And if they've been in prison all this time as adolescents, when do they get the time to cultivate the ability to court women? So we're talking about young men who've been exposed to homosexuality by way of jail, which means that it is a vicious style or a vicious propagation of this type of lifestyle. And so you got young men that come home, and if you really did the math, you would wonder when they ever had a chance to have a girlfriend. And then you let them out in the world and they have these tendencies that the society will judge them by. See, because we don't judge female on female homosexuality, we see it as a gift. Male on male homosexuality, we see it as the man losing his manhood. And so this manhood thing is very fragile. Women will be able to qualify you as a man based on what you bring to the table. But the same is not done for women. So a woman she doesn't cease to be a woman if she's a bad mother. You say she's a bad mother. If a man doesn't take care of his children, he's not a man, right? And so there's a difference in that. And so there is an imbalance in the equality of critique towards our people. The women are not critiqued. They're not put to a standard. There is no grandiose valor to being a woman. It's just that if they can have kids, then they have kids. But if they're not a good mother, they're not a good mother. But that doesn't stop them from being a woman. Men, even if he wants to see his children and cannot see his children and is forced to abandon his responsibilities, he's not a man. And so these constructs have to be taken down so that the young men that are suffering from these situations can be forthcoming, right? So that it's cute if you come home and find your wife with another woman. It's cute. But if a woman finds a man with another man, he becomes the scum of the earth, right? A man's manhood is very fragile. It can be taken and he cannot get it back. If a man goes to prison and he is assaulted, right, and by other men, involuntarily, he has lost his manhood. And to no fault of his own, right? Just due to the fact that masculinity is associated with strength and protection. So once a man cannot do that due to the circumstances, if he's outnumbered, if he's outmatched, if he's outsmarted, he becomes less of a man. This is not done with women. And so we have to redefine our gender roles, because it is very apparent that the women make more money than the men at this time. So all of these women that are looking for these six-figure men are delusional, because this, as Kevin Samuels has explained to you guys, all of the numbers and the percentages, it's maybe 4% of the population make that type of money, and the black man is definitely not in that sequence of numbers. So we have to necessarily redefine what the gender roles are, because the black man has not been allowed to be a man, right? He is not allowed to be a man. He's been treated like a eunuch. And so we have to redefine our lines. We have to redefine what is our success.